Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. Because taking a look at this 4-hour time frame, we now have a confirmed bullish divergence in the chart, which is whenever you have lower lows in the Bitcoin price and higher lows in the RSI momentum indicator. And as I said in yesterday's video, when I confirmed this bullish divergence right here, typically a bullish divergence indicates a break from all of the bearish price action that we have been seeing recently. And usually what you'll see is either some choppy sideways price action or potentially even a little bit of bullish momentum in the short term. And sometimes this is even the actual reversal signal indicating that we are breaking the downtrend here. However, for now, since this has been a very strong downtrend, I do not want to say that the downtrend is actually broken, because technically speaking, looking at the price structure here, nothing has fundamentally changed. We just bounced to the upside a little bit, but we are not making higher lows and higher highs just yet. So before saying that we are getting that reversal to the upside, we have to wait to at least be breaking some of these highs right here, for example, at about 63.8K. So just to be clear, for example, seeing something like this, making a higher high than this high right here, then getting a higher low above this one, and continuing to kind of pattern out of it like this. Then fundamentally we are changing the structure that the Bitcoin price is in. But so long as we are not breaking above this level right here, then technically we are still just in this downtrend. But zooming out to the 1 day time frame, you can see that again, this descending channel that Bitcoin has been in for quite some time, and that I have been talking about in my videos pretty much every day for months at this point, has came in clutch once again, because we bounced perfectly from the bottom of this range with the level of support sitting at about 56K for the Bitcoin price. And just like I was saying right up here, when we broke back inside the range and I took a lot of profits on my crypto and I flipped much more bearish, saying we can go to the bottom of the range. Now I'm basically going to say the inverse of that, because so long as we are trading inside this descending channel, I think we can again go to the top of this range, and Bitcoin will continue to consolidate in this pattern so long as we do not break out of it. However, I do think, since we are still in a bull run, that eventually we are going to break out of the top of this range, unless this pattern invalidates by getting weekly and daily candle closes below the range, of course. So that is why this downward sloping line of support is actually critical to pay attention to. Although for now, since we are in a weekend, I am not expecting too much volatility. So moving on to the support and resistance levels on this 4-hour time frame. Right now, Bitcoin is trading inside this big level of resistance, sitting from 58K all the way down to 56,000 US dollars. And I do think it is likely that we actually get a bounce out of here. But personally, I would first like to see the Bitcoin price breaking this previous high, which is sitting at about 58.4K, roughly speaking. And in the case that you see that, well, then likely we are heading up into this next big level of resistance above that, from 60,000 US dollars all the way up to 62.4K. Now, the reason I say that this is quite likely here, even though we are inside a weekend, is because on this daily time frame, even though we have a massive wick right here to the downside, we have actually held this as a level of support. So therefore, it would not be weird to see something like this and then testing this level of resistance once again. But of course, on the lower time frames, those were not wicks, and we actually just traded far below it and are now back inside it again. So therefore, I want to be a little bit more cautious and assume that we can still get rejected from this level here. Again, especially considering because we have been in this strong move to the downside. And now taking a look at the Fibonacci levels of support and resistance for Bitcoin. On this 4-hour time frame, we are now running into the 0.236 Fibonacci level, sitting at 58.1K roughly. So it is important to pay attention to what is happening around this price level, because of course a rejection would be indicating, well, more bearish momentum coming soon, and breaking through it could potentially indicate that we are heading up to this next Fibonacci level here, sitting at 61.2K. Now, before I continue with the Bitcoin analysis here, if you want to get access to my trading signals, like for example here on the 4th of July, I mentioned this potential bullish divergence in the chart already ahead of time before I even posted it in my videos. And here I of course mentioned this potential bullish divergence, saying it isn't fully confirmed yet, but if it does, then obviously it indicates some choppy sideways price action or some bullish momentum. But until then, the momentum is bearish. and I made this call at 57.3K roughly. And of course, after that, the price dumped all the way down to 53,000 US dollars before that bullish divergence actually confirmed. So you could have taken advantage of a signal like that by opening up a short position. And personally, I do that on MEXC. So if you want to register to MEXC and trade with some of the lowest fees in the crypto space, as low as 0.01% fees on spot and leverage trading, and besides that, get up to $1,000 in trading and depositing bonuses simply for trading and using that platform, then make sure to go check out this link in the video description. And actually, recently I partnered with BingX, which you can also find the link to in the video description, where the first 50 users actually get $100 completely for free, simply for signing up with the link in the video description. And besides that, you can also get up to 7,300 USDT in trading and depositing bonuses. For example, here, just for depositing, you also get another $50. Making your first trade, you also get another $100 here. So I already heard some people in my community, in my Discord community, when I first shared this, who have already claimed hundreds of dollars in trading bonuses. Now, moving on with the Bitcoin analysis here, first of all, on this 1 month time frame for the Bitcoin liquidation heat maps, you can see that again, we swept a lot of liquidity to the downside, but there is now a lot of liquidity piling up to the upside as well, with over $2 billion worth of shorts that get liquidated at about 65,000 US dollars. So this could potentially be a level that the Bitcoin price gets attracted to. And besides that, there's also a lot of liquidity even below that, as low as about 60,000 US dollars. We have about $1 billion of liquidity right here. So especially with that bullish divergence confirming on the chart, this could again be levels that the Bitcoin price gets attracted to in the short term here. Although one warning signal that you have to take into consideration is that currently the Bitcoin price is trading at 57.8K. So it's trading about here. However, we have this CME gap sitting at 56.5K, roughly speaking. So for example, if by the end of the weekend you see Bitcoin trading up here at about $60,000 or something like that, then it can definitely be possible that this CME gap gets filled and you see Bitcoin trading back down to this 56.5K level, roughly speaking, in order to fill the CME gap. Because in the case that you don't know, over 90% of CME gaps actually get filled, meaning that if the Bitcoin price is trading above, then it will trade back around to this CME gap in order to fill it. Or if it is below it, then it will trade up to that level in order to fill the CME gap once again. But of course, not all CME gaps get filled. So yeah, that again is just something to consider. And I will continue to update you guys on this CME gap. So if you want to stay up to date with the crypto markets, then make sure to subscribe to my channel with notifications on so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And besides that, I wanted to mention that we are at 2.95K on the YouTube channel. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to get to 3,000 subscribers on this channel that I just started a couple of months ago. So thank you for all the growth, and yeah, let's see if we can get to 3K sometime soon. So this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again. Don't forget to check out those links to MEXC and BingX to get some low fees and also just claim these insane bonuses on BingX. And I will see you tomorrow in the next one.